Welcome to the next edition of the New Globalist interviews. I'm here with Patricia Paladini Adell, doing my best to get a little Catalan in. We're here with this interview series to talk about globalization from a little bit of a different perspective. We want to talk about the human side of localization. In our industry, we often get really lost in the technical details and we forget about the human beings behind the work that we do. So in the New Globalist series, we're going to try to celebrate the human beings who are part of this industry and learn a little bit more about their stories and their perspective.
Translators, and especially project managers, are going to migrate or change their role to a more profitable areas. Mm-hmm. Right now, in most cases, a project manager, the main job is to line up resources and making sure that requirements are fulfilled, etc. Mm-hmm. These are things that a platform with artificial intelligence can do.
Absolutely.
And so why don't we get this excellent project manager, and why don't we get him or move him to a more customer orientation role, for example? Mm-hmm. Stay with the customer, educate the customer, make the customer experience with the company better. Make sure that you educate the customer. Mm-hmm. Make sure you train the customer and optimize the processes. Put an eye on process optimization to make sure that the different steps are following the most optimized way, in the most agile way.
Right.
So, in my opinion, this is how the industry is gonna evolve. We have to break down with the old traditional roles what we used to have and look for how can we add benefit to the role instead of just doing what we used to do. Translators are kind of a worry again because they're going to run short. But there will be a requirement of translation expertise, mm-hmm. or for those translators that can provide an additional added value for marketing, for very customized content, etc. That cannot be really translated with machine translation.
Right.
So I see this disintermediation, and I see the project managers taking a more upfront or shift-level role, mm-hmm. if you want, with the customer, and translators getting better rates because their work is going to become more and more critical.
Right. We think that, in particular, project managers who work in this industry have so much more that they could be offering than maintaining a spreadsheet.
Exactly.
And sending emails to translators all day long.
I'm managing a team in Japan, I'm managing a team in India, I'm managing a team in the US, I'm even managing a team in Prague. So my personal impression, and this is a growing story if you want, is that every time you think everything is under control, mm-hmm. it is not, due to a cultural thing.
Yeah.
And even that seems to be very hard sometimes, it's part of the beauty of what we are doing. When I talked with my Japan team, and they are the best team in the world, obviously, because they are, I have learned to talk to them in a way that I respect mm-hmm. the way they work, mm-hmm. because that's the beauty of the Japanese people, that they do things in a particular way that you need to understand, mm-hmm. because you are going to make their life easier if you ask the same thing in a certain way and not in another way. And for me, that has been a learning experience, because I'm very, I like to execute that. So sometimes I kind of dispatch, let's do this, and that's not the way you need to talk to Japan.
Yeah.